Hello everybody and welcome back to another video up on my channel. In today's video I'm going to be showing you guys the ultimate stealth commando build inside of Fallout 76. This build is doing an incredible amount of damage. Along with that, it is so hard to be detected while running this build. But with all that being said, let's hop right into the video and show you guys what I'm talking about. So to start off this video, I want to show you guys how much damage that this build is actually doing, along with how hard it is to actually be detected while running this build. You guys could see I took out those guys super fast, and I stayed hidden the entire time and did not have to worry about becoming unhidden and having my damage multipliers stay up. Here's another example of what this build can do to, let's say a Scorch Beast. It just takes it out incredibly fast. Along with that, you do stay hidden the entire time as well. So that is something that is so important with this build, is that you guys are staying hidden and staying crouched to just do that additional damage. You can see that nothing has even had the opportunity to even hit me or detect me in the first place. This is just such an amazing build for everything you want to do in Commando. Look how fast it took out that Scorch Beast. It is actually just such an insane build. And I'm not even having buffs on at this moment either. So while running this right now, I don't have any food buffs or anything like that on. It is just mainly damage and perk cards that I have on. So now let me show you guys the exact build that I will be rocking with for this video. First up, we have the specials and where they all go for this build, and then the exact perk cards that I will be running with in this video. Along with the perk cards, we will also be having this is our legendaries. Along with that, make sure you do have follow through. Taking one for the team is a decent one, but follow through will just give you that additional sneak damage that we are looking for. But you can see that we do have a very heavy oriented on damage. Along with that, in agility, we do have a lot of sneak cards because, again, this is a sneaking build, and because of that, we will be doing a crazy amount of damage. Along with that, we are bloodied, so we are going to be running stuff like Nerd Rage and Serendipity and Ricochet for those chances that if we do get hit, it will not do that much damage to us, and we have a chance to reflect or dodge the damage. And then, of course, we have Ironclad and Life Giver, things that will just help us stay alive for longer, and Bullet Storm, Locked and Loaded, Scattershot, things that are going to help us do a bunch of damage as well. But you guys can see just having these perk cards on and having no food buffs or chem buffs on, we do a stupid amount of damage while being super difficult to be detected while running around. Along with that, you will be able to see how much damage we are able to output even when we aren't sneaked. So you can see how much damage we just did to that infestation boss, and we were detected that whole time, but we were still able to take it out very quickly. So that just shows you guys how good this build is without any buffs on. So for the armor that I will be using in this video, it is the Covert Scout armor, which just was here for Minerva. So if you guys did miss that, then you can use another kind of Scout armor, but this is the one I will be rocking with in this video. So what the legendary effects I have on this is Unyielding, Agility, Active, and Rangers. Along with that, the two mods I will have on is Shadowed and Ultra Light, which I will show you guys how to get those in just a second, because it is a bit strange how to get those. But yeah, so this is what I will be running with in this video, because it helps you do more damage and stay sneaked for longer amounts of time. We're going to have Unyielding, Agility, and Active for the sole purpose of having a bunch of AP, and so we will be able to VATS for longer, therefore critting more often and doing a stupid amount of damage off of that. And Rangers just for the flat amount of damage increase that it gives per piece that you have on. Along with that, we will be using the Marine Wetsuit with the Protective Lining and Raider Style for the +5 Luck, +3 Agility, and +2 Perception. Again, Agility for the more AP, and Luck for the sole purpose of critting every other shot. So if you guys want to know where to find the mods for the armor, all you have to do is come to the White Springs service entrance and make your way inside. This is very, very complicated, which I actually didn't know until one of my people in my Discord told me about it. So let me show you guys that real quick. So once you load in from here, you are just going to make your way, take a right down these steps, and this is going to be a little bit complicated, I know, but you are going to go into the communications and go right across to the other set of rooms, and from there you are going to make your way to the military wing, and then up to the command center. So up all the way to here, and then again you're going to go into the armory and talk to this Modus terminal, and he will have all of the mods for your armor. So just so you guys know, stuff like the ultra light, they only sell 3 of them, so what you'll have to do is swap servers to get that 4th additional one. Again, this is very complicated, but just hopefully that helps you guys get the mods that you are looking for. So the weapon that we will be using in this video is, of course, the Elder's Mark. It is just such an amazing weapon because of the cursed effect that gives 35% more damage and the 15% attack speed. But along with that, we will be having Bloodied, Vital, Lucky Hit, and Pinpointers on this. Bloodied because this is going to be a low health build, and we are going to really want to take advantage of the additional damage that it gives. For example, I get 116% more damage with my current health. Vital for the increased crit damage, which is so nice. It will help you do a stupid amount of more damage. Lucky Hit, because if you do not have Lucky Hit, you will not crit every other. But with this, you should be able to crit every other. And Pinpointers, because of how good the weak spot damage is. I have heard that you can use bullies over Pinpointers if you guys do want to do that, but this is just what I will be rocking with for this video. For the sweet spot that you guys are going to want to be at for your health, it is around 15 to 20. So it has to be under 20 or you guys will not get the full Commando or the unyielding buff. It has to be under 20, and 15 in my opinion is the best to take full advantage of the bloodied effect. So if you guys just take 2 toxic goo every time you get knocked, it should bring you down to 15%, and personally that is the sweet spot that I have found with this build, just so you guys are aware of that. So moving on to talk about the food buffs that we will be using inside this video. First up, let's talk about the carnivore food buffs. So first up, we have cooked soft shell meat, which what this does is it gives max to your AP. So this is always super important if you guys are trying to just have infinite VATs inside of the game. Along with anything on a stick. So if we have fried radroach on a stick, or fried scorpion on a stick, or squirrel on a stick, will it give you a plus to your AP, or plus to your agility, which then will give you a plus to your AP. So this is also a very important thing. Along with that, we are going to want to have something that gives a plus to our luck so that we have 40 luck, which is the sweet spot to help us crit every other shot, which is very important for the increased damage. And then of course we have the burnt Radhog ends, which is a AP regen. So this is the carnivore's version of Company T. So if you guys do want to have very good AP regen, take burnt Radhog ends. So moving on, let's talk about the herbivore food buffs that you guys are going to want to take if you guys are herbivores inside of the game. First up, we have Blight Soup, which what Blight Soup does is it gives a increase percentage to your critical damage, and this is probably a must have for any build or anything you do. The plus to the increase of your crit is just going to help you do a stupid amount of damage. Again, anything that gives us luck as well, just so we can hit the 40 luck threshold, is also very important. And then infused sweet flower tea for the plus AP is also a very important one if you guys are trying to get a bunch of AP. Again, this is kind of like the other one, but it is for herbivores. And then, of course, if you guys do have a company team machine, if you guys are herbivores, you are going to want to have this because it will give you AP regeneration. It should be 25%, but I am a carnivore, so it only says 10%. Along with that, if you guys are either carnivore or herbivore, you should have Black-Eyed Susan Soothin', because what this does is it gives you a 10% damage increase if you guys are herbivore or carnivores, and 25 if you are carnivores. So this is almost a must-have if you guys are trying to do the stupid amount of damage inside of the game. And then for the mutations that we will be having, we will have Adrenaline, Bird Bones, Carnivore, Eagle Eye, Egghead, Herd Mentality, Marsupial, Scaly Skin, and Speed Demon. Again, if you guys do want to negate the negative effects, all you guys have to do is take another one. For example, if I took another Bird Bones, I would have the negative effects negated for 1 hour. So just keep that in mind, guys. If you do want to do that, you can always do that. And then for our chem that we will be using, it is Overdrive, of course, for the plus 15% damage and 30% damage to our crit. This is just probably the best chem in the game for the base stat of the damage, and just for that 30% crit damage is so incredibly important. This is just such a must if you guys are trying to hit those high damage numbers. And then again, you guys are able to see how much damage that this build is actually able to produce. It is such a incredible build, and for how much damage you can output, for how little they can detect you. So you're not going to be running around taking a bunch of damage, but you're also going to be able to output a stupid amount of damage as well. This is just such an amazing build to be using if you guys are somebody who likes stealth commando builds. But with all that being said, this is where I'm going to end it on today's video. This was such a fun build to work on. I strongly suggest everybody giving it a shot. Stealth Commando is so much fun for the amount of damage that you are able to output. It's actually just so insane how much damage you can put out with this build. Along with that, if you guys are interested in anything else that I do, I have a link for that in the description. I'd love if you guys could come hang out with me in my Discord, play some games, or just give me ideas on the next builds I should be working on. You can just leave that in the comments or in the Discord as well. I appreciate all the support that you guys have been giving me on everything. It does mean so much to me. And until next time, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have an amazing rest of your day. Peace out, everybody!